we are about ready to do it. Let's go. Stream powering up. Sound is on. Beautiful. Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another evening live streaming Luigi's Mansion 3 with me. Just a quick update because I've been off channel for a few days. Ben was sick yesterday, so he missed streaming. But first off, Ben and I are in a board game design renaissance. Like, I am pumping out stuff bi-daily here. The real kicker, though, is I had to finish The Outer Worlds. So I'm going to have a review coming up on The Outer Worlds probably this week, and obviously everyone's reviewed it. I kind of just want to share my thoughts, though. It's nice to just be able to talk to you guys and engage with you guys on my thoughts for probably one of the, I don't want to say most surprising games of the last couple of years, but definitely a shock or surprise. So I'm going to stream probably until about 10. I do the 6th floor of Luigi's Mansion. We'll just see how long that takes. And that's really what has kept me from streaming Luigi's Mansion, is I've been playing it with my son after he gets out of preschool and does his homework. I've been streaming, or not streaming, playing with him. And then, of course, not having much time to play it on my own. That's why I, only have up to floor 6 unlocked. And obviously I want to review this as well. One of the reasons that I really got a fire lit under me. Whew. I don't know if Luigi's going to be able to make it to Luigi's Mansion 4. This kid's heart just... I don't know how long he can take it. But, yeah, I saw this video from Max, Dreamcast guy, about how this was a disappointing year for video games, and I just thought to myself, like, okay, so I'm not a big Astral Chain fan, but let's call it what it is. Astral Chain was a hit for most people. I think that's unquestionable. And then, I'm going to say it, Luigi's Mansion 3 killed it, man. I think this is better than Mario Odyssey in nearly every conceivable way. I love the secrets, I don't want to say it's a platformer, because it's really not. But I mean, let's call it what it is. It's kind of a little platformer. It's like a mystery platformer. There we go. Hey. Get over here. It's kind of a mystery platformer. Ooh. And I really like the formula. I love how much they've improved on it. I don't think there's a single misstep. I don't think there's a single misstep with this game. My son and I have actually played through the whole thing, so now I'm playing through on my own profile. More because I also like to... My son gets really... He's 4, He gets... Whoa! He gets really bored when I want to... I'm a 100%er, so I want to hunt unlockables, and he's not into that. So we have a little bit of a disagreement on that, so it's fine. I'll just start my own profile, knowing what I know, play through, and then once I play through the story on my own side, I'll I'll do the unlockables for me. Anyway, it's just a lot of fun, right? So we've had, I know a lot of these are Nintendo based as well, so maybe that's part of it. Maybe for all I know, Dreamcast guy is a secret Nintendo hater. But let's oh damn mouse. Let's include Astral Chain, which I was not a big fan of, but let's be objective. Astral Chain was a pretty big hit for Nintendo, it seemed. Pretty big hit for them. okay. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 sold pretty reliably. Resurrected a franchise that maybe Nintendo keeps exclusive on their systems. You know, factor in that you also have Fire Emblem Three Houses, which I think, I don't want to say it outperformed. How we open this gate? That's right. That's right. Oh, that's right. A little bit easier to do this stuff two-player, because you don't have to switch back and forth. But yeah, you know, we had Fire Emblem Three Houses, Astral Chain, Ultimate Alliance 3. Ultimate Alliance 3, Luigi's Mansion. Just a ton of really good Switch games that came out this year. And add on top of that, I mean, I'm not... Like I said, I think Outer Worlds is probably one of the most surprising games the last few years. And I think it's safe to say that that was a great game that came out this year. It was likely got a really good, you know, pick that year that you got Elder Scrolls or a Fallout that you really liked. I'm sorry, I think Outer Worlds takes that place. I never thought Skyrim was like this groundbreaking anything. It was okay. The graphics were always blah. You know, I literally just, after the game started, walked to the top left corner of the map and started exploring everything in like a systematic way. Apparently that's not how you're supposed to play Skyrim. It like broke the game for me. I just was like a god wrecking people. And right off the bat, if you fight those like little crab things, you can just farm experience so easy with healing and yeah, I don't know. I liked Skyrim, I just wasn't overly impressed. And that's kind of like The Witcher. I liked it, but I wasn't like, oh, this is the greatest game of all time. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a really good year for games, you know. But everyone's entitled to their own opinion, even if they're wrong. But seriously, yeah, I wanted to review Luigi's Mansion. I wanted to get a couple of videos out there. It's been crazy outside doing streaming and stuff, but such is life, right? Such is life. So this is the kind of stuff where, like, when you play through with a 4-year-old, they have no patience to ding everything. They just want to get from point A to point B. Everything in between is just like, why are we doing this when we could be going here? But I think this is a really smart design game, and I stand by what I said. I had said this to Ben when we were talking about Luigi's Mansion 3. I said, I gotta be honest with you, the physics to this game just... I believe that they beat Breath of the Wild with ease. And the physics engine there has always been really impressive. I think Breath of the Wild has always done a really good job of a very simple physics engine that just carries a really heavy load. And I don't think that's the case here. I think it's a really strong physics engine, a very strong physics engine, and just tweak the sound a little bit. Very strong physics engine. I think it's an even stronger game. That's not to say that Breath of the Wild isn't a strong game, because it very much is. I am simply saying that I definitely definitely think that the coding and stuff that went into the physics here. So do you know, the questions you have to ask yourself too. Another friend of mine asked if he thought I thought he would like Luigi's Mansion. I said you need to ask yourself two questions. Do you like Ghostbusters as a theme? It's not your typical Mario stuff. And if the answer to that is yes, then you know, can you get over a AAA title being 8 to 12 hours? And I mean, here's the thing. If you like engaging gameplay with, you know, simple but fun puzzles, like this is not a game that's particularly going to tax you mentally. And I think that it's okay to have one of those once in a while. You know, Yoshi, what was the Yoshi game that came out? Yoshi's Crafted World or whatever. That was a game that I thought was really forgettable. And that, to me, was an example of a game that had too easy a puzzles. That was too easy. And I'm not saying Luigi's Mansion is hard, by any means, okay? I promise you it is not hard, by any means. There are a couple of boss battles that can be frustrating, but once you solve the, like, puzzle of that boss battle, then you're going to be fine. And I do think... I do think that Luigi's Mansion, like I said, some puzzles, really great. Ooh, that was my bad for not paying attention. I am looking forward to, like I said, going back through. I'll play through the entire story. I will love it again. You know, I've gotten 2 plays out of it. One with my son, that's priceless. And then one on my own, and on my own I'll also be able to, you know, fully adventure the mansion, see what the mansion has to offer. And, you know, get 100% of the secrets and whatnot. And I think the other strength of this game is I have, in fact, played the multiplayer. And it's pretty doggone good. Like... Oh, what the hell? The multiplayer is pretty good. It's pretty fun. Trying to explain to a 4- and 3-year-old how to get through though. How to get through the tower, I think, was probably the most fun. Yeah, fortunately getting health in this game, pretty easy. And I actually compare the ghosting to fishing. Do you like fishing? I do not care for fishing, though fishing simulators don't bother me at all. But that's really what it is, like knowing which direction to pull and when to pull. And then, you know that portion when you're fishing, when you pull the fish up and then you bash its head repeatedly. I will say, and this will go in my review, but money in this game is the purplest concept. You're like, Chris, you've got 14,000. That's awesome, man. Yeah, not really. Not really a whole lot to do with it. Not saying there's nothing to do with it. I'm just saying there's not really a lot to do with it. My son also does not like the reveal hidden stuff light because he says it makes the game less spooky. And I respect a man that wants his spooky game to remain spooky. Right? Knows what he wants. Oh, how do we get up there? Oh, I see. There's a whole nother level and stuff up there. Okay. Then I will not worry about it. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Huh. Wow. Curious indeed. I don't think I can go under it. Oh, we'll come back and solve that puzzle. No need to sit here for 30 minutes trying to solve a child's puzzle.
Hello. Wow.
And you know what? The game just overall, I'm not going to say the graphics are going to blow your mind because it's the Switch. But God, for a Mario-style game, this is just... It's about as sharp as you've ever seen Mario. Oh, yeah, okay, pay attention. It's about as sharp as you've ever seen Mario, for starters. Graphics are really crisp, really bright, great detail, great textures. Oh. There we go. As you can see, health is not the hardest thing to come by. Alright.
Okie dokie.
There we go. Pretty much full health. You know, and if you lose health, you get dog bones in this game. I wanted to see if I could carry that torch up, try to get it over the other side, get that wall done. I cannot. Oh. I've been streaming earlier too, but watching Jack Ryan on Amazon Prime. Keep on keeping up. Only 8 episodes per season, but you know, those kind of shows I'm not usually a fan of, but I found myself, like, I wasn't a fan of growing up, a lot of them. I find though now, like, Homeland is a show I got really addicted to. Jack Ryan is not any better. Like, by that I mean I was immediately hooked. And I also, this is the odd part, I dislike Tom Clancy's books. I find them, it was very boring, like Tolkien. I see you coming after me, mouse.
Well, you know. Okay. Ow.
Secret area. Yeah, you need Luigi for that. Oh.
Well, you know.
Got my key.
Oh, yes.
And I mean, let's face it, even if he is a scaredy cat at times, Luigi is just a more likable character than his more rotund brother counterpart. I don't think there's anyone that could deny that. Like, Mario saves Princess Peach. That's his life. Luigi, on the other hand? Oh, lovely. Come on. Dang rats. Love how Luigi just vacuums up the mice.
Huh?
Oh. Yep. Where do we want to fire this fish? Obviously through here. Is there any chance to fire a fish from a vacuum cleaner? Okay, so I can use Luigi, but why?
Well, hello.
Alright, Luigi, you got it. Oh, that's weird. Get my Luigi to a safe spot there. There we go.
Yeah.
Nothing to worry about here, people. Nothing to worry about here. Friday I'll have more color ink. Thank you, Walmart, for that notification.
Oh. Oh.
There we go. Let's go, Luigi, you up. I think I actually needed to move Luigi over there. Turns out I did not, but I believe there are collectibles. And I am right. Get it, Luigi. So what do you guys think? If you've got any Luigi's Mansion, I would genuinely love to hear what you think of the game in the comment section below. I do know a couple of people that are going to be asking for picking up Luigi's Mansion come holiday time, and I think that's perfectly acceptable as well. It's not necessarily a game like, I don't even have an example right now, but it's not necessarily a game that you worry about being spoiled or anything. So God forbid you don't play the game until a couple of months later. It's like the fun is the puzzles and the full playthrough, not necessarily, oh man, I just have to get this story before it's spoiled by anyone. Paul, oh, pay attention, man. Apologies to anyone that is a huge Luigi's Mansion fan that does not like having it spoiled. Of course, I'm simply saying, generally, I don't think everyone can agree about that. To be quite honest, I don't really worry about being spoiled about anything. Like anything. I've been known to, like, I don't care about movie spoilers. You know, It's not gonna ruin my enjoyment of the movie. If the movie is like an Alfred Hitchcock movie, and my enjoyment was predicated on, you know, the suspense of it all. Oh, if it was predicated on the suspense of it all, then sure. It's not, though. Getting shot a ton. Yeah, there's nothing really to help here. Can't really push you. Or any of you. Yep, that's not gonna work. What did I do here? Yeah, this is where Calvin would get frustrated for sure. When you can't just progress. I'm gonna try to throw out some of your tools. Oh, nice. Oh, that's right. Okay. Whew. Took me longer to figure out than it probably should. So it's early game, though. You're going to find out, you know, saying I'm on the 6th floor out of, like, I think it's 15 or 16 or whatever. That doesn't mean anything. The first couple of floors are really simplistic, really easy. Not a whole lot to them. There's nothing wrong with that. I like a good intro session. But that, I mean, that's just what it was. And it works for what it is. It's really good. I like it. I'm just saying the first couple of floors are not something where you're like, whoa, 6 whole floors. Yeah, but like 2 of them have actual, like, massive stuff to do on them. Someone asked me yesterday too if I was irritated that it's Luigi's mansion, but it's taking place in a hotel. I'm not. If all of them had to take place in mansions, you know, that'd be weird. I understand for branding, it's called Luigi's Mansion, even though it's not in a mansion. I get it. I'm just saying, like, it does not bother me in the slightest. It's Luigi, it's ghosts, and that's really what you were sold on. That's all you needed to know. That's 100% it. There's, you know, there's no confusion about what you're doing in a Luigi's Mansion game, whether it's in a hotel, a mansion, or the goddamn countryside. It does not matter. There we go. You knew there had to be one door hidden behind all those giant banners, right? Let me in there. Yay, more money that there's no purpose for. I'll take that collectible, though. A lot of work to do tonight. That's why I'm going to be playing through the floor and calling it. I'll probably be waiting, though. I'll probably do the rest of the floors with you guys. Just for the fact of, I do have a ton of work to get done before next Monday. One of our games is pretty small card game, I think. I printed off new stuff today, that's mostly done. And when I say mostly, I mean like, I think this thing is 99% done. Like, just let's wrap up the artwork, let's call it good. And the other game that we're working on, we played on Monday, and it was really rough. But it's got this interesting, like, it's like Pokemon with some push your luck chips in the bag. It's actually the banner on the wall behind me, Beastmaster's Duel. You have like a team of 3 monsters or beasts that you use, and they pretty sure beating this guy is about sucking stuff up and knocking him off his horse. Oh, that's right. Nope. It's this. That's right. Swing it, Luigi. There you go. You got it. My son, if you have a kid, they will absolutely love that. The controller shake, the feel of the slamming of the ghosts. It's just too good. You can actually push those arrows away. Boom! Reel him in. Boom. You got him. I love these last pull parts. Give me that elevator button. I think the best word I would use for this is enjoyable. Floor 7. Luigi's Mansion is enjoyable from start to finish. I cannot say that for many games, to be honest with you. Even games that I've like loved. Breath of the Wild, Horizon Zero Dawn, Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2. There are pretty much every game I've ever loved has had some low moments to it where I think, oh, the game drags, or oh, they could have maybe done this better. Even my beloved Final Fantasy Tactics, the best Final Fantasy game of all time, even that game suffers from the whole first part of the game, the intro of the game effectively is the entire first chapter, all the way up until like the game starts with you and Wygraph, or Gakarian with Agrius, and you're doing that stuff. That's the whole thing is the intro. This game does not have a long, drawn-out intro. It does not have... Oh, there we go. That was the second one found by accident. It does not have anything that I could actually complain about. And that's why I say it's just enjoyable. If you want a game that, like, start to finish is just an absolute pleasure to play, that's it. You got Luigi's Mansion. Get to my elevator, put in my button. Well. Whoops. Get over to the other side, Luigi. There we go. And my desire to, like, so not streaming for a few days, definitely not ideal, but in my defense explanation, Pokemon Sword and Shield comes out in less than 10 days now. It'll be here. I will be streaming that constantly as I play through it. And I just needed to sit down and focus on playing through Outer Worlds for that review, because there was no way that I was going to be able to get through Outer Worlds, Luigi's Mansion, before Pokemon if I was waiting to stream through, because my original thought was, let's stream through the story for Outer Worlds. The problem with that was, I think my story is like some 60 hours long. I don't think you would have wanted to talk to me for 60 hours. Now, Luigi's Mansion, that's like an 8-hour game. If you're like rushing through it. So you could easily stream this thing a floor at a time, 2 floors at a time, you know, whatever. Like, right now is a shorter play session because I have work to do tonight. So if you're looking at, like, I started at, you know, 10 after 9 or quarter after 9 or whatever. It is 10 after 10 where I'm at. Yeah, that's an hour. I just knocked out a floor and a boss. You know, that's... Literally, that's not nearly... This is easy. In comparison. Cartridge, boo. Do not care. We'll buy the gem finders. Use these, I guess, to go gem hunting. Kind of disappointing, though, don't you think? That, the only things to spend my money on the game are revives and finding gems. Like, I mean, okay, but I genuinely thought there would be, you know, actual stuff to spend money on. And I will say for Mario Odyssey, one of the things I liked is the collectibles that you could buy in that game. Collectibles you could buy in that game were actually pretty diverse and pretty cool. Different outfits and whatnot. Anyway, I've been Chris. This has been the Tiger's Den. You guys have been great. Thanks for checking out another live stream. I believe tomorrow being Thursday, Ben won't be streaming until Saturday. I'll talk to him. It's possible he'll stream tomorrow or Friday. We'll see. If Ben's not streaming tomorrow, then it is likely you'll be stuck with my face on stream playing some more Luigi's Mansion for you. Well, for me. You're just getting to watch. Anyway, yeah, so if you're interested in more Luigi's Mansion, I'll definitely, like I said, probably be streaming a floor a day just to knock out the remaining floors, complete my playthrough before Pokemon Sword and Shield gets here. The days that Ben streams, you're going to miss me, and you're going to miss that floor, and that's okay. We'll be alright. So, thank you guys so much for joining me. You've been great. And now to get...